Okay, now let's go on to the next clip, right? So for this one, this is actually a great play, right? So ball starts over here. If you see it, its ball is coming right now towards the outside back. Let's watch it play. Outside back, plays the keeper, which is a great decision. Keeper opens up, plays the outside back again. Winger plays it back to the outside back. Outside back hits the brakes, plays the holding mid. Holding me opens up, finds the center back opens up, switches it all the way to the outside back, but hits the winger instead. Outside back gets the ball, plays the center defensive mid. It's in a great position right now. Center defensive mid, plays the striker opens up, plays the winger into space. Winger's going to the attack, plays a great ball forward, but we couldn't do anything about it, right? So in all, that's a great attack. It's a great build up. Okay, now let's just see a couple of things in the play, right? So the ball is going back and we're running away from it. Notice something, okay? If my outside back to center back chops that ball out, it gives enough time for these guys to attack the ball, right? Instead, we did something really good, which is playing the ball back to the keeper, which is by herself, right? So now keeper gets the ball, and as keeper gets the ball, if you want to be picky about it, right? Keeper gets the ball from my right back, right? Keeper has to have the ability to open up and see the outside back in the opposite side. If the ball comes from the right back, that means that most of the players are going to the right back, right? If you open up and switch to the outside back, we would have came out earlier out of that play, right? Instead, he hits the brakes, hits it back to the outside back, which misses the ball by a little. Outside back gets the ball again, hits the brakes, plays the center defensive mid. Center defensive mid plays the center back and hold. Okay, so now notice something important here. Okay, as the center back gets the ball, my center defensive mid is facing away from the play, jogging. My center defensive mid should be able to face the ball and check her left shoulder, right shoulder, and get in the space over here, facing the ball, because she's an active player right now. She's the middle player. She's actively in the play. Instead, she's jogging out. Look the way she's moving right now. She's moving sideways. She's not going to have an advantage of getting the ball in that one. My center defensive mid should be facing the ball and backing up in the space, ready to receive it. Instead, look, she's not ready to receive that ball in that one. Now on this one, and hold it there. This is better positioning by the center defensive mid. Notice now that she's facing the ball and she checks, she already knows where the defender is. Maybe she doesn't know what this defender is, and all the space is in behind her, right? In this one, look, by her positioning, now she's ready to receive that ball. Therefore, that's what she receives it, right? So now in that one, instead of opening up to her right, it would have been ideal to open up with her to her lefty, right? That way, we switch the play again and we find the spaces. But she's not recognizing where the two defenders are, and that's the things that we have to be thinking about in the field. Now she takes a touch, plays the striker looks his leg is a ball, and plays the winger. So now on this one, right? Since the closest striker is the one that open up the play for the winger, now we need the other striker to run in between the center back and center back. That space over there, she should have anticipated that and make a run in that space. If she makes that run, then this pass goes out earlier and she has 25 yards all before she gets to goal, right? Instead, the striker delays the run. Look, she's delaying the run, getting closer to the other center back, which doesn't make sense. In this one, my striker should recognize the space in between the center backs and make a run, diagonal run in there to receive the ball going to goal. Instead, she never recognized that run in there, and then it's too late. The ball, of course, the ball was always there, but the striker never recognized that ball, that run. Therefore, we missed that play in there. Okay, that could have been an attacking play, very dangerous attacking play, but we didn't recognize the moment where we had to go forward. In this one, there's a lot of good things and not so many good things. You're gonna see the next one. Okay, let's watch this one right now. Right, the ball is right over here in the center, and I think we're fighting the ball right now. Yeah, we won the ball, And there you go. So now, there you go. So let's just watch the play first, and then we can analyze. He gets the ball, plays attacking mid misses the ball. Striker plays it back into pressure. We luckily get the ball, played a great ball through in that one, and we got a shot on goal, right? So the great thing about this play is that we ended up finishing the play, right? Which is, it wasn't a goal, but we finished the play, right? It got to the end. We got a shot on goal, right? Now, the thing that we have to keep in mind over here, again, is positioning, right? Let's look at it again on this one, right? So my outside back is battling this ball with this girl, right? If you notice, the space is not for, while it's right here, the space is better to where the keeper is. Nobody's marking the keeper. So why don't we play the keeper, right? We have 1, 2, 3 guys pressuring the same ball instead of us complicating the play. Although we see the space, look, let's just watch it right now. This is the space over here, but now let's see what space is bigger. And this is the space over here. So if we can tell that this space is way bigger, how come we don't bring the ball all the way back to the keeper? We bring the ball all the way back to the keeper, and we would have came out of that situation quicker and easier, right? Everybody could have been in position. Now, that's not a bad play, but sometimes it didn't work out in the game, right? Now we play the winger in down, which is, like I said, it's a good play on this one. Now on this one, striker is actually doing a great thing over here. She recognizes the space. She's about to make the run, and these guys right now are waiting for that ball. If that happens, the winger has all this space and advantage to carry, right? Because these two guys now are worried about this ball, which is good. We're taking 2 players out of the play. My attacking mid should be coming in the space to support that ball, right? Which she does. Now the ball goes into her feet. She misses the ball. Now, as she misses the ball, notice something. This striker that's getting that ball, instead of playing it back into pressure, because that's where the ball came from. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls over here. My striker has no pressure. Instead of playing it back into pressure, she should have opened up. If she opens up, now she finds the winger on a 1v1 against the outside back over here in the space. Instead, we play the ball back into pressure, and we luckily got a foot on the ball, right? So now this is a great ball by the winger, recognizes the space in between the center backs. Look, and this is one ball that sometimes we miss as players. Okay, we have center back over here. Okay, we have the other center back over here. And the problem with these players, right? And sometimes we're guilty of this, right? We're ball watching. We're looking at the ball. We have no idea what the other players are. And look at the other outside back. They're all aware where the ball is, but nobody's aware where the player is. The only one that gets to see that player is my winger. That's why she plays that ball in between the space. And look, that ball goes right in between the spaces, right? And my winger doesn't even recognize the ball that they played, right? My winger's still thinking, I'm not sure what she's thinking over here, but she should have recognized the space in behind and made that run earlier. She makes that run earlier, she would have got to the ball and finished it, right? So that's a great ball by the winger. Now, let's move on to the next play. This one is interesting. Ball is there, like ball is all the way over here to the corner. Okay, it's a throw-in for us, right? She plays it to the center defensive mid opens up, and we make a technical mistake on that one, right? Luckily, we don't get the ball. Actually, yeah, we did get the ball. And we continue the play, right? Okay, twice. Positioning twice from my defensive mid, right? So, okay, so when my first defensive mid gets the ball at the beginning of the play, okay, look how much space my defensive mid had right now over here. She has a ton of space. My attacking mid should have checked to this ball a little bit more, right? With that space, my defensive mid has to complete that pass though. However, this holding mid is ball watching again, never looking at where the defenders are. If she was aware of the defender, she would have got in the space a little bit more, okay? But, that's just being peak in that positioning. my defensive mid, it wasn't a good pass actually, right? Now, again, once we win that ball, we play it back, which is good. Now finds the hole in the mid, and this is important, right? When we find the outside back, okay, as the outside back is gonna get the ball, my hole in the mid should be coming in the space right away, right? That's where the space is. I should come in, or I should shift a little bit more. My winger, as she plays that ball, she should be getting wider right away as she's playing that ball to create more space for the center defensive mid in the middle, right? Notice something, my outside back has no pressure yet. Okay, she takes a touch and now she tries to play that pass. Okay, but she doesn't understand. Actually, she didn't read what the defender was doing. Right on this one, if we see this amount of pressure, 3 defenders on that one, we can also just chop it, bring it back to the keeper, and we reset the play. If we find ourselves in situations where we're not comfortable with the pressure, let's just reset the play and keep the ball. Right, instead of we lose it. And we got lucky again, right? So that's that play. Now let's watch the next play. Hammering my defensive men. Okay, and I hope all my defensive men are listening to this. Okay, on this one. Okay, this is where the play is right now. Let's watch it. Okay, again. Right? So my defensive mid is the positioning of her body that's making it difficult for her to control the ball, right? So now notice something, okay? My holding mid is running sideways, and running sideways is a tough situation because every time she's been running sideways, she wasn't able to receive the ball comfortably, right? So now on this one, if she wants to get in the space, which is a good idea because she's opening up space for the attacking mid to come in, she should get here quick and face the ball. That way, she's prepared to receive that pass. Instead, she keeps jogging sideways, okay, which is not doing her any favor, which is not doing her any good. Look, she's still running sideways. She's still going sideways to the play. In that one, you don't want to be sideways to the play, okay? You want to be in the space, facing that play, facing the ball. That way, you're able to receive the ball more comfortable, right? She's in the right space, but still jogging sideways, right? Jogging sideways, right? She gets the ball, she can barely control it, we lose the ball again, right? So my center defensive mid, you should always be facing that ball in a position where you can receive it comfortably and not running sideways like we saw on this play. Right, let's move on to the next play. Okay, so now this is actually a good play, I believe, right? Let me see where the ball is right now. Okay, ball is right now with the winger, if you can see it over here. Okay, now let's see what happens with that ball. Winger gets the ball, plays the ball to the striker, striker plays it back to the winger. Winger plays a ball through, which is a great ball through. And we play the ball in, and we had times to finish that play, right? Okay, so now there's nothing wrong about this play. There's a lot of good things. Let's watch it one more time. Okay, ball is over here again with my winger, if you can see it. Let's see how the ball gets to my winger first. Okay, so it was a battle between the outside back, I think, between the outside back and that defender, and the ball gets to the winger, right? So that's what happened on that play. The ball gets to the winger plays it forward to the striker chops it back, plays it into the winger sees it, recognizes space. That's a great ball by the winger. Striker takes the space, finds the man open. That was a good attacking run in that one. Okay, so now on this one, right, let's just be a little picky about this play. So now the moment the winger gets the ball back from the striker and plays it through, now notice where the striker has all the space. She takes the space in that one, right? Maybe too big of a space, but now my striker, okay, maybe she hits the ball, right? She should have found the attacking mid, right? Look, attacking mid is by the PK spot with no pressure. The other striker has pressure in front of her where you can see it, right? And that's who the ball goes to, and that's why we couldn't get a play off of it, right? The other thing that is worth mentioning over here, apart from that great ball from the winger, right? I believe it's Jenna. Jenna does a good job on here. She gets the ball, place it to Lilia, as we did in the drill, right? Striker chops it back, place it to the winger in this space. Now notice, right? This is a great opportunity too, right? Yes, while we found the play forward, winger could have opened up, find attacking me could have switched it to the holding mid or the other winger, and we could have attacked and we could have generated another attack that way too, right? But this is not a bad play either, right? Taking the spaces, crossing it in, and then we couldn't get a shot on it, right? But that was overall, that was a good play. It's just little details connecting into the attack that could have been a little bit better, right? Okay, so now let's just move on to the next play. Okay, ball right now is, as you can see, with the center back over here, right? So center back. Okay, I see what happened on that play, right? The play starts a little bit earlier, so you can see it. Right, so this is the ball right now. The ball, they kicked it, ball is running into the space, center back is gonna get it, outside back cannot get it because it's past the outside, past the center back, and defender is charging at the ball. Watch what happens. Center back is running and forces the play out, which we got lucky. Winger gets the ball, and we try to make a play forward on that one. And we lose the ball, I believe. Yes, we lose the ball, right? So now, we got lucky on that play, right? But the one thing that I want you all to see and realize is whenever we're running in an uncomfortable position, look, my three defenders are running away from actually, my three defenders are running towards their goal, and the ball is going towards their goal. And it's easier for the players in the attack, for the other team, to get that ball and keep going and scoring, right? My keeper on this situation, she got to recognize and start backing up to the right side, creating even more space for herself. My center back, as she gets the ball with that amount of space she has, instead of trying to force that ball out, play the keeper, let the other guys run to the keeper, and now we eliminate two players out of the play, and now we can come out, play no problem, right? So now the advantage that the keeper has is that she's facing the whole field, and she can play that ball on a better spot and easier, right? Instead of my center back forces that ball, which hits the defender, right? Which in this case, the attacker, right? And this one is too early to go forward, right? She recognizes the play, but in that one, we should have played the center defensive mid and keep the ball instead of giving it away, right? But the main thing here is my defenders should play the keepers. That way we can reset the play. That's the main thing that I want you guys to think about on this play. Now let's go on to the next play. Okay, so right now the ball is all the way over here with the striker, I believe, right? Okay, so the ball goes back to our center defensive mid, which has it over here. Now let's see what happens. So the defensive mid plays the ball. Holding mid plays the attacking mid chops it back, plays the holding mid, which is doing a phenomenal run. Instead of she takes it back to pressure, but we get out of there fine. We play the winger. Winger finds the striker, but to fee, and that was the problem in that play, right? So now let's go back a little bit further back. That way we can see what we could have done better in this play, right? So the moment the ball goes back over here, boom, to our center defensive mid. Now my other center defensive mid, maybe she recognized what the two defenders was, and she's attacking the space, which is a good movement, right? That's what she receives the ball in a great spot. Now she takes a positive touch forward, recognize the attacking mid, which takes it back, and now this is great. This is a great movement by my center defensive mid, which is here in between three players, and she recognizes the space back, which that was phenomenal, right? But at the same time, she recognizes that she should be checking her shoulder to find the winger. But notice what happened. She does a phenomenal job by recognizing the space, but then take the touch into pressure again. See, notice that she takes the touch back into pressure when she could have just opened up, played the outside back, or played the winger, depending on how she would have opened up on that play, right? But luckily, we get out of that play. She finds the other holding mid. Holding mid finds the winger. Look how much space the winger has. How much space this winger has. They have a ton of space. Winger finds the space. Now notice, right? One thing that my wingers, I want you to carefully focus on this right now, right? If the defender comes from the middle, you play that ball in behind, right? From where they're coming from, you play that ball instead of in between the outside back and the center back. You play that ball. No. If the outside back comes from the middle, you play that ball out through the wing and let the striker run in the space. Because if the striker runs in the space, now he's pulling the center back and just pulling the outside back, leaving that space in the middle open for the attacking mid or the winger itself. And this one, notice that my winger, instead of playing it out in the space, she plays it to Fee, and that's when we lose the ball, right? Notice that. She plays it to Fee, and now it's a hard ball. It would have been easier to play it into space, right? And now we just give the ball right to the keeper, right? Now let's check one more play, okay? Actually, you know what? The next clip, I'll put the next 3, 4 plays that we got next.